Well, all day long we've been showing you dramatic pictures of stranded drivers across the Midwest who are trapped either by the snow or the ice. Well, joining us on the phone right now is Terry Wellman. Now, Terry belongs to a snowmobile club in Illinois.
And Terry, along with fellow members, are called out to help rescue drivers just outside of Chicago. Now, Terry, thank you so much for joining us. Now, take us back to last night. So how many people did you have to rescue?
Well, there were probably about 55 or 60 cars that were stranded in about a 2-mile stretch. Each car contained anywhere from 1 to 3, 4 people, so we probably carted about 75 people back to a local gas station over the course of about an 8-hour span. We started our operation. We got the call around 9:15 p.m. local time, and I think we arrived back home around 6 a.m. this morning. So it was quite the long night for us.
Oh, no doubt about it. What sort of condition were these folks in? Was anybody really in serious condition at all?
Well, the worst case was a woman with a 2-year-old daughter that had diabetes. So we got her back to the gas station fairly early on, and then later on in the morning we actually took her to her residence about another mile away so she could get her supplies and medical attention and stuff that she needed at home. So that was probably the worst case. And then other than that, you know, a lot of folks running out of gas. I think the oldest lady that we carted back was probably around 75 years old or so. So I'm sure that was quite the experience for her being on the snowmobile.
Well, tell me this, Terry, were you ever worried about your own safety?
No, not so much, because we're a group of 9 folks from local snowmobile clubs. So we travel in a pack, probably 10, 15 miles an hour. We could always maintain visibility, and then we were also there to help each other out should we get stuck or whatever. So it wasn't too bad. The worst conditions were about 3 a.m. in the morning, where the heavy snow was really coming down and the wind was really blowing. It was probably 40-foot visibility maximum at times. So that was probably the worst, but that only lasted for about an hour. And after that, the wind started to lighten up, and we were able to see a little bit better.
Just some horrible conditions there overnight. How does this compare with storms that you've worked before? Have you ever been in one this bad?
Well, I grew up in southern Minnesota, so as a kid, we obviously had a lot of nasty storms with a lot of cold wind chills. So to me, this wasn't as bad as what I've experienced, but I know for the Chicago area, this is by far one of the worst that people have experienced here. So I think it was quite a surprise and caught a few people off guard. Even though it had been well advertised, I'm not sure everybody really heeded the warnings that you guys were putting out.
Yeah, but Terry, thank goodness you and your cohorts were there. Terry Wellman and all your folks there helping out. We appreciate what you're doing, and I'm sure a lot of folks in Chicago are appreciative as well.
Absolutely.